Hi. During this course, I'm going to be providing you with lectures that I usually use in class to help augment the text that you're reading. Very important for you to read. I'm going to try to keep these brief, although there are many, many slides. So some I'll comment on, some sort of present themselves by what their text. I also provide you some commercials, I think, that are really great and helpful. So chapter 3 covers the business of advertising, meaning what is an advertising agency, what are the different types, who are the people that work in them, and their positions, and then how do they make money. So an advertising agency is made up of the advertisers, the clients, so Coca-Cola, McDonald's, so forth, those are the clients. Then there's the ad agency themselves, and these are many different kinds. There's international, they're national, they're local. There are creative agencies. There are ones that just focus on social media. Then there's the supplier. So a supplier is someone who creates the website or does the photography or does the special effects, creates the film. It's a huge industry. And finally, you have media. Media refers to where you place your ads, so on TV, on radio, on the internet, on iPhones, in games, gamification, things like that. Very important, huge industry, many entry-level positions in media, and lots of compensation in media. So then we have the different types of advertisers. You have local advertising that goes direct to a geographic location. So that's your nail salon down the street, or it could be your Midas dealer, the local franchise. These guys have more money from their central organization to provide ads, but then they can put the address of the local dealer. Then you also have chain retailers that do local advertising, because they are across the country, but they may have specific products for certain cities. Not everybody needs, snow shovels. And then you have government nonprofits. In this case, on the bottom there, you have a lottery ticket. Lotteries are mostly all run by government. So local advertising is product advertising, right? They're not selling the idea of Coca-Cola. They're selling you Coca-Cola, so they're giving you 2 for 1. They're 20% off. You also see this on the internet, even if it's local. So my J. Crew, which is 2 miles away from me, I often look for a sale promotion from them. You have institutional advertising. Institutional advertising is promoting the brand, the idea of the brand, okay, not the actual product. So on the right, they're not selling you Coca-Cola or a product made by Coca-Cola. They're selling you the idea that Coca-Cola cares about your environment. When you're buying Coca-Cola, you too are promoting green energy. On the left, you have Bank of America. Bank of America here isn't offering you mortgages at a certain rate or bank accounts. They're just showing you that they are trustworthy, reliable institution. And then we have classified advertising, and most of you know this by Craigslist. So a place you can look for a job, where to buy a bicycle, where to sell a bicycle. Regional and national advertisers. Okay, so you have regional advertiser. That would be someone like in the Southwest, where a radio station goes across several states. So it's a region. You're selling a region, or a car dealership that may sell in a large area, not just in Chicago. Same thing with the Hard Rock Cafe. There are many in different cities. But then you have a national advertiser like Apple, who spend a fortune on advertising, but then it can be used almost virtually anywhere, right? They sell this, you buy these things online or in the Apple Store, but these ads speak to people across demographics and across geographical locations. I have an ad, but I'm going to skip it. Okay, so national and local, this is a breakdown, this great chart, it's in your book, about the difference between a national brand advertising, and local. And this will be also on your quiz is about questions about the structure of an ad agency. Some are centralized, some are decentralized. These charts show you the breakdown, but basically a centralized ad agency can control the messaging for all their brands. But as they get larger, it's more difficult, and the needs of each brand change. So decentralized ad agency, P&G is one company, McDonald's even, where depending on the region, the country, the type of product it needs different viewpoint. It may need an outside agency. It could still be inside, but it needs a different set of people. And here the issue is controlling the overall idea of the company is harder to do. Fun graphic, but we're going to pass by that. And so what do agencies do? They develop marketing, they do ad plans, they develop ads, they do promotions, and they purchase space and time. The type of agencies, again, there's full service, there's regional, there's national. Very similar to the types of ads that are created, there's agencies that exist to help them. There's interactive ad agencies. Remember that. So you have somebody like DDB, they've been around forever. They fully service everything from communications to the placement of ads to development of ads, a full service. Now the ad world is really tremendous. There are so many agencies, but starting in the 70s and 80s, they started to buy up each other. And so now you have these 4 conglomerates. Now this is from 2010, but it's still true today. There's 4 major companies that own a ton of agencies. And within all these agencies, there's large ones, but then there's independents. There's ones that just specialize on radio, or they specialize in interactive. So you'll know these names: WPP, Omni Group, Publicis Group, and the Republic Group. It's kind of interesting breakdown.
My character can solve crimes, but she chooses not to.
Tell him, babe, how she doesn't solve the crimes.
Don't call me babe. We're not together.
What? I have your lipstick all over my rim.
Look, this morning was great. It was amazing, but it's over.
Overjoyed?
Look, I'm from New Hampshire. You're a beverage.
Sarah, I'm having a really weird day.
All right, we're done.
Break up with lingering food.
This is such an us fight. It's such an us kind of fight.
For that just brushed clean feeling.
Eat, drink, chew, orbit.
It's just funny. All right, full service, business to business. So there's companies, agencies that just work with businesses selling to businesses, not consumers. There's ad agencies that work just regionally. They aren't interested or cannot handle doing a national ad. And then there's ethnic agencies. These agencies will focus on demographics that might just be Korean, it might be African American, it might be Polish Americans, and then they come up with advertising to speak to that demographic, not only in their language, but maybe in certain respecting certain customs. You have the creative boutiques. These agencies. We visited a couple in New York on our J-term course. Mother, they are just really dynamic, forward-thinking agencies. So once in a while, a big company may even go to a small agency just to get their viewpoint. Some of these agencies will come up with clever, simple things, even like these ads here, these billboards. Just a different way of thinking. Starcom is, so there are agencies that just buy media, and Starcom is owned by Publicis, and they help many of the agencies within that group purchase media, because where you place it, when you place it, how often you place it, very important. A lot of money spent. You need a lot of research to know how you're going to place your media. And then you have global agencies like Lowe. This is a great ad, but no time to show it to you. So I'll show you a little bit of it. Just about the mini. And this again is a national, international agency. This can be shown in any country as the Mini is sold across the world. Okay, we're going to watch more later. Agency compensation. So how do agencies get paid? And there's basically three ways. There's fee and media commission, which is the old way, straight fee or retainer, or incentive based on sales. Questions about these topics will also be in your quiz. So basically, compensation has been changing from commission to fee-based. 75% of all agencies use fee commission based model, 15% of all agencies use incentive based model, and 3% of all agencies go for a straight fee retainer. Read about these in your book. But the trend has been towards incentive. So if you reach the sales target, we will give you more money. Okay, so hopefully they're getting more effective ads. So media commissions, this is how it kind of worked, and this is also written up in your book. You buy something for $100,000, you get a discount from the newspaper, and then you charge your client the full price. So you're making that difference. That was money on media buying. Now that's changed a lot, and things have really changed. You can do out-of-pocket markups. So this is a thing you would all understand. The materials cost you $85,000. You may put a markup of 17.65%, and you bill the agency the additional money. Now this is also a very important thing for you to look at, and if you look at page 76 in your book or your online book, it will talk about the different roles in the agency, and this is also on your quiz, but I want you to be very aware of all the different positions because there are many. Many people are in account management, so there's an account director, account supervisor, account executive, assistant account executive, account coordinator. These names change. Sometimes agencies give these titles a new name. You can have a junior executive. Trafficking is one of the places I started when I started an agency, and that's making sure that production gets from one station to the next, that it goes from the designers, that it then gets created on computer. It's meeting deadline times because you have to go to press. You have to get a press run. You have to make sure it looks good. Depends on if you're going to magazine, going to radio, but these are the people that make sure that we stay on time and you're staying on budget. Two other very interesting roles: the account executive, we've spoken about them before, but it's the liaison between the agency and the client. Very important person to keep the relations open and understanding what the client is needing at any time, and also helping sell the ad to the client that the agency has created. And then there's the account planner. The account planner has a special role. He represents and protects the customer's point of view. Is the ad speaking to the customer? Has the research been fully understood? And is the product going to be sold correctly? Is it being positioned correctly for the customer? So here's your quick overview of Chapter 3. I hope it's helpful. Of course, much more detail in your text.